Good morning, it's Christine from Periwinkle Planner Co. and today we are going to be making some more stickers. So if you go into Cricut and go over to the left and choose text, it will put the words on your screen, and it usually comes up in a Cricut font or like the last font that you've used. So what you want to do is go up to that first box and change fonts. Now if it's highlighted there in green, these are all the fonts that are in Cricut. I think there's only a few that are free. If you have one of these, choose one of these, then it costs you money. So if you go into System instead of Cricut, these are all the fonts that are on your computer that you have purchased or that came with your computer, so they are free for you to choose. So my favorite one to choose is the first one up on top, called Baby Girl. Now I got this font off of dafont.com and I downloaded it onto here. So I chose that. I'm just going to make this a little bigger so it's easier. And if you double click on it, it'll highlight it, and then you can actually type the word that you want. So I was thinking, let's use the word work. You have this word that you want to use as a sticker. If you leave it like this, the Cricut will cut all those black out as if the black were lines. So it's going to cut all those letters out individually, which is not what you want. You want something behind that so that you can just pull off the one sticker that says work. So again, we're going to highlight that and go into offset. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. Its default is 0.25, but you will need to play around with that to get it to have that outline encompass all the letters. Kind of like make a cloud look around it. So the only way that you can do that is by changing these numbers. Now if it's not enough, then obviously you want a bigger number. So let's try changing it. We can just go to 0.35, and it's better. You can see it's getting closer. It does connect, but there are these openings in the O and the R, in between the R and the K. So let's increase it again by 0.10 and go to 0.45. And again, it's better, but still not enough. So you can increase it with bigger amounts. I just do, for purposes of showing it, just keep doing it by the 0.10 increment. So let's try 0.55. And we're almost there. We just have those two little spots. So at 0.65, it got rid of one of the spots. We still have one more. So let's do our final number, 0.75. There, 0.78 finally did it. Okay, so then we can hit apply. And it will turn to black, and you want to turn that black to white, because we want a white outline. And then you select both items and hit flatten to make that into a sticker. So now this is our sticker. And if we take a shape again, like make a sticker page basically, and let's turn that into our sticker page just like we did in the last video. So the dimensions on that, first you got to unlock the shape, are 6.75 by 9.25. And then I like to change this to a color. Usually I pick white for my final product, but because we are needing to see that white outline, I'm going to pick light gray. And then if you take the word and drag it over the top, but first you should have taken that piece of paper and arranged it to the back. Then we can see our word with the outline, and that is what our sticker is going to look like. And you could have a gigantic sticker if you wanted to, but what I usually do is put the height at 0.25, which is what we used in the last video for the shortest or smallest box. So if you want it to fit in the box, or at least close to fitting in the box, you for sure have to put 0.25. You can put any size you want. And that one little sticker fits on this one big page of sticker paper. Now obviously we don't want to waste all this paper, so we are going to make more and more stickers to fill up this sticker page. So if you click on it and then duplicate, you get another sticker. And then I usually take it and move it each to the two sides because I like to get my lines spaced, my rows or lines spaced evenly on this sticker page. So I keep making some more, duplicating some more. I'm going to make 7 just because it's 7 days of the week. And then if you take the gray page and move that out of the way, and you click on your mouse and encompass all these words, and then go to Align, and Align on top or Align on bottom. You can use either one. It'll make them all at the same height, and then if you do Distribute horizontally, it will disperse them across the top, and then this fits perfectly on your page. And you have that nice spacing in between each word. Now you probably could add one more word in there, and it would still be spaced appropriately, but I just did 7 because there's 7 days of the week, if we're just making enough stickers for 1 week. And then you can encompass them all again and hit Group. And then it's really easy to just duplicate that. Oh, I'm showing you here too. If you don't want to encompass them, you can go over to the right and click on exactly what you want, holding down the Shift key and then clicking, and you'll have the whole group again, and then click Group, and they'll be all connected. And then if you want to make another row, it's simple just to hit Duplicate, and you'll get 7 again instead of having to do it 7 times individually. And then you just line that up on top with the other ones. And you can see just how many you need to fill a whole sheet. You could make tons and tons of words. I almost think the hardest part is figuring out what words you need. But sticker shops charge a lot for making custom scripts. And it's really, really, really simple. Next to boxes, I think it's the most simplest sticker to make. Okay, let's try another word. Again, you grab text, make sure it's highlighted, type in the word you want. I think I'm going to say AM routine. That's usually something that we need. So then I want an offset around this again. So it's still set on what we had last time. Now for some reason, this time that is huge on these letters. So we have to play around with it again. This is something with Cricut. I don't know if it's because it's a new feature, all the bugs aren't worked out, but it happens. So the only thing to do is go back in there and try again. So I'm putting it back at that default of 0.25. And that actually looks pretty good. I think I'm going to try a little smaller just to see if that changes it at all. I probably should have left it, but I do like it when it's smaller. Now going down to 0.11 separates the two words AM and routine, and that doesn't work. So we have to go back up, try 0.2, and that doesn't attach them either. So I think that default of 0.25 probably will be it. And every time you try this, you have to put the number and then hit tab, because if you hit enter, it's going to just go away. The only way it sticks is when you hit that apply button, and you don't want to hit the apply button if it's the wrong size. Well, maybe I didn't do it actually. I think I did it to show you that you can change the font color too, and you can change that background color too. Say your color scheme for the week was purple and green. So then you can choose colors to match your other stickers. So then I selected the whole thing and flatten it again, and then I'm going to do the size. So again, make sure it's on lock, go up there and do that 0.25. And this should be close to the size of the other stickers and the size that you would want to fit inside of a small box or a line space, or it all depends on what kind of planner you're using. I'm referring more to the spacing on an Erin Condren planner because that's what I'm using right now. So then I duplicated that, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put that one at the end of the line. And then I would like to make 7 again for the 7 days. So I'm going to duplicate it after I move that sticker page out of the way. Now these are like over off to the side, so I'm just going to move them in the middle just so they're in between those two original ones that I put down there, because I want to get these to fit in between those two. Now you probably know that there's going to be too many, but I'm still going to try it and show you what happens. So if we select all of those, and then we go up to a line, and a line top, do I do? Yeah, line top, and then align horizontally, distribute horizontally, sorry, I have a voice today. And then you can see that they didn't fit. So we're going to go in there, we're going to delete 1 or 2 just to make it fit better. Why don't we do 2, and then we can put the next 2 on the line below so that we do have 7. And with 5 of them, it's a much better fit. So then we will just duplicate that. And you can duplicate it without grouping it if you keep that box on there and that little plus sign and move it. But now, once you're not on that anymore, they're going to individually move. So like right now, if I were to touch one and try and drag it to the next line, it would only be 1. Like that. So I'm deleting them because I only wanted 7. And we'll stick something else in the spot. Now let's try something else. Let's try now we're going to do PM routine. So you can just use the one you have and take it and unflatten it. And then go into the font part and change that A to a P so that you don't have to retype the whole thing. But then you can see the offset in the back doesn't fit because it's for an A. And the offset should still be set, and it is. But now on this one, see the M and the R is not joined. It's 2 separate stickers again, so for some reason this one's not working. Like I said, it's a lot of trial and error for Cricut. So I'm first going to try adding just an extra 0.255 and then see how that looks. It joined them. Not quite enough, so let's increase that just a little bit more. Try just a 257. Still not enough. 0.26. And then I just decide to leave it, I believe. Yep. Apply that. And then we're going to go change it back to that purple. So then we have the reverse on this one. The AM routine is the reverse of the PM routine. And then you select it and flatten it. And then again, you can make that height back to 0.25. You can do it at 0.35. You can do it whatever size you want. And then make duplicates of those. So if we go to text, again, choose check text. And we're going to try something a little different now. We're going to get a little fancy. Now I'm only going to use this font for the word do. So if we delete this, or highlight it and change it, not delete, highlight and change it, and type in do, and then we go click out of that, just move it to the side, and then go into text, grab text again, and type the word to, T-O, and then go up to font, highlight it, and then go up to font, back into system, and then find a cursive type font or anything that looks different than the current font. You might have to try a couple to see what your taste. There's one, but that's not what I'm looking for. The one that's really scripty. Okay, so we're going to shrink it down a little bit just by grabbing the corner of that box and moving it around. We can put it up on top like I to do there. We can put it in the middle. We can put it down the bottom. We can change the shape. In order to change the shape, I want to make it a little taller. I need to unlock it again. That will make it taller. There, I wanted it just about there. So then, oops, I guess I was still trying to decide where I wanted it. Right there, I think that looks good. So that just makes your font go up a notch compared to all the normal printed fonts that are out there. So then if you select both of them and flatten, it'll be attached. And then we need to go find an offset again for that. And it's back on that default 0.25. I'm going to leave that. I guess I decided to, oops, I clicked off an X and have to go back in there. Click on the whole thing, go up to offset. I think I'm going to make it a little smaller. It just seems like there's too much cloud around there. I don't want it that big. It's all preference, however you want to stylize it. I think I'm going to try a 0.15. And that doesn't work. You can see it's got the cutouts inside the D and the O, which are not good. So maybe if I just add, I guess I'm not going to say, I'm going to go up to 175, 0.175. And that got rid of it. So I decided to keep that. Hit apply. Okay, so change it to white, then we select the whole thing and flatten it. And you can't really see the outline here, so we're going to put it over on top of the sticker paper again. Now this one I'm going to make a little bit bigger because usually the to-dos they don't go right in the line, they go somewhere else. So I just put 0.35 instead of 0.25 on this one. But again, you can make whatever size you want. I'm just checking it against the other words to see if it's close in size. And it is. And then I think we're going to change it up a little bit. So let's unflatten it. And click on just the DO part. But remember, we flattened those together, so you're going to have to go and unflatten it again. Because you can't make any changes when it's flattened. So then you go to click on just that DO part. And then you go up on top. And let's pick that green color again so that it matches with those ones above. And then that just changed the whole look on that. So then you want to select it all again and flatten it. And I like to move that background out of the way just so that doesn't get caught up in the flattening. Okay, now you can see how that looks on the sticker paper. And one thing you want to watch out is the spacing. It can help to change that background sticker paper to a really bright color, and then you can actually see all the spaces and make sure you have enough room in between your stickers. And then I guess you're ready to print if we're pretending we're only going to print this much. So you click on Make It, and it will put it up on the map there for you. And then you're going to hit Continue and Send to Printer. And then take off the bleed and print. And like I said in my previous video, I use the washi sheet setting. And if you have a very sharp blade, you're going to want to take less. If your blade's duller, hit more, otherwise leave it on default. So I hope you had fun having me show you how to make script or word stickers, and you can go ahead and make all the words that you want for yourself, whatever fonts you want, anything you want, because it's all for you and way less money than buying them. Until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to be notified every single time that we upload. Bye. We'll see you in the next one.